everyone.
Hey everybody.
I'm Steve.
I'm Mark.
And this is Smokey, Steve, and Marc.
Oh yes it is.
Welcome or welcome back.
Yes, great to see you on this rainy day here.
We had all of a sudden, things are buzzing. Tornado warnings all over the place.
Like that. It was like everything just
The
like
blue
all the
skies
alerts
and
went
then
off.
everything.
Yeah. It was so beautiful. I woke up this morning and I went outside. It was a little overcast, but nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
And it was so warm and muggy out.
Compared to the 14 degrees that we've had.
It was crazy, just like that.
And
then boom, we got like torrential downpours, lightning, high winds. Like I was afraid Oscar was gonna blow off the porch.
Oh God,
He
the
didn't,
poor
of
thing.
course. But
he was a little drowned rat.
He was a drowned. He still ran out in the yard.
He likes the rain. It doesn't bother him. It's just that he likes it. It doesn't bother him.
Is that all about? Like he comes up and he looks like he just like took a dip in the pool. He's like soaking wet. I'm drying him off with a towel, and he's like meow meow meow. Oh my gosh. If I only had the camera then. But I did have the camera. Check it out. We had a rainbow. It was so beautiful, y'all. It was so great. And then I ran inside and I grabbed the camera. So we'll put a little short out later. Because I got Oscar looking at the rainbow, and there was little lightning behind it. So it was kind of cool. So I'll put that together. Maybe I'll get it out tonight or at least by tomorrow. But yeah. So that'll be fun. So how's everybody doing?
How am I? How are you?
Are you?
How are we?
We're good.
That's the point of the video, isn't it? How we're doing.
Yes.
How we're doing.
Well, true. So we thought, we'd do something, I guess a little bit different. Because
it's a different way of, It's a different way of presenting the same stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
A different angle on it. A different
Well, we
approach.
thought we would catch you up with how our resolutions are going and then do a little bit of real talk.
Yeah.
And I usually don't do that. I'm not sure why. I usually just don't. I don't know. It's uncomfortable for me. But we want to get you caught up on what's going on with us. And so we thought we would, I don't know, maybe you go first.
Yeah.
And then
we'll
I'll go
tag
second.
out, and then Marc will go next.
Time or something like that. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that works.
I think that works too, But I guess that's it. What's the plans for the rest of the week? It's Thursday, y'all.
Oh my God, I don't even know.
Already Thursday? Tomorrow's a new month.
It's April.
You believe that? Tomorrow's April?
The first quarter is over.
But we're planning to see you tomorrow. We are planning to see you tomorrow too.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll come through. No April Fool's joke or nothing. We're really hoping.
No, we're hoping to have a video tomorrow.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So, and then of course, the weekend is coming up.
Oh yes, with our fair lady who. Oh my God, she got her channel back and went to Cuba.
Like what?
Didn't see any of it coming. She's learned probably absolutely nothing, but she's probably also ruined the entire time talking about
Oh, yeah, she has. It's just...
Can you believe they're in the same bed and then they made us happen 3 ways?
We'll talk on Saturday.
Yeah. Yes, we will. And then we'll be live on Sunday, and then Mondays with Marc again. Yep. So I'm excited. All right, so I don't want to take up too much time. You know how I can get on
You?
Yeah, I know. I can.
Never.
And I've been trying not to. So why don't I leave and let you have your little time here? Does that sound good?
Round one.
All right, and then I'll see you on the other side, okay?
All right.
All right.
Sounds good. Okay, and let round one begin. So just checking in I'll check in with today and then the resolutions, and it'll all tie together at the end. So I've had better days. I've been going through a really rough patch over the last, I would say, couple weeks. Going with my mental health, it's been very, very challenging to try to do my basic daily things, my daily functions, work, food, sleep, bathe, groom, all that fun stuff. It's been kind of a little bit harder to keep up with. We'll say I've needed more support doing it too than I've needed before. So I don't have mood cycles anymore because my treatment's changed up so many times. I don't really kind of know what's going to happen next. And it was getting a little frustrating the other night. Marc and I were talking, and I was upset. And I was like, I just don't know what mood I'm going to wake up in, good or bad. It's just, am I going to wake up upset? Am I going to wake up scheming? Am I going to wake up and not want to get out of bed? Why wake up 2 hours early and fly out of bed? it's very difficult to keep up with myself and my many, many faces. So it's been challenging to try to do that. And that's what's still going on at the moment. So, ooh, little mood lighting. Little mood lighting is nice. So, the two resolutions that I have going on. The first one I had that I was working on is weight loss. You know, health, where weight loss is but one measure of how we are doing. And it's been, I would say, steady, stable. My diet has gotten a lot cleaner. I'm eating a lot better foods. Fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, whole grain, whatever it is, no matter what it is. Low fat proteins like Greek yogurt and stuff like that. And I feel better. I don't wake up feeling like I've eaten, at the old country buffet. I feel like I'm okay when I get up to that end. But I haven't lost anything. I've kind of stayed about the same, which is whatever. I don't really care. It's kind of it's an ongoing theme. Everything I care about just a little bit less this week. So not people, but goals, aims, directions, other stuff like that. The other thing that I'm working on is the other resolution, which was to work on reducing my medication with my doctor, my psychiatrist. I take a number of psych medications. I have bipolar disorder, type 1, and I've been on a number of medications, a cocktail, which has changed somewhat, but I've been on it for about 10 years or so. And in a lot of ways, it's helpful. They help me manage symptoms. They help me do other things, so I can go have a life. A pill doesn't give you a life, but a pill can hopefully help reduce some symptoms so I can pay attention to my life and go enjoy it, that kind of thing. So the project of coming down off of some of these was something I was interested in, and it's something I wanted to do safely and with my doctor's direction. So, excuse me. That's what the plan was. So, coming together with that is that I've been having some involuntary body movements, which can be a side effect of both antipsychotic medication withdrawal and usage. So either the fact that I'm using it could be causing it, or the fact that I stopped using it could be causing it. I feel very impotent in the situation. So we're starting with some of the more, what we thought would be asinine drugs to come off of. And one of them is my mood stabilizers. And we were going at a rate of, it was a 100 milligram pill. That's the dose I would take a day, 100 milligrams. And we went from that to 50 milligrams. And we were going to do that for 2 weeks. And I started to get nuts and not feeling good after about, I don't know, a week or so. So I called the doctor, and she had seemed excessively, to me, concerned about this particular drug and its withdrawal. And it wasn't one of the more hardcore ones that I was taking with side effects and whatnot. So I wasn't really thinking, what was the big, what's the big deal? But it was a very big deal. We are slowly, the taper has been gonna go down. That half cut was too much for me. It was way too much. So we went down to 75 milligrams from 100. So we went 100, we went to 50. I lose my shit almost. We go up to 75, and we're going to do the titration much slower. Doctors are doctors. Some love it, some don't. Some people will say, how could your doctor do that? It's a nightmare, you could die. And then other people have gone through the same tapers. It's probably not deadly, it's just very uncomfortable. And there's a risk of seizures. Now, I'm on other anticonvulsants too, so we'll see how that goes. But it drives it back home that when I'm trying to make plans or decisions or choices, that it's still there. It gets in the way. It still gets in the way of some things. It can be managed, and I'm managing it as best I can. Today was about to be a day that was going to be unmanageable. I ended up going into work just to do the training that I was doing. I would have been working from home otherwise, but I didn't go into the office and then do the training and then stay in the office. I went to the hour away where I was going to go do it, and then I came back and I finished working from home. I just can't be, I just didn't want to be around people. I didn't want to deal with it. I was coming out of the parking garage this morning, and you have to pay $2 to get the car out. Our agency cars, we don't have a garage. One of the agency vehicles, we park in the parking garage. There's a hospital across the street from where we are. and I had to get one of those, and they gave me $2 to get through the exit, to get the car out. There's an unmanned booth, and my $2 won't go in. And there used to be a button that said call attendant. There's no attendant anywhere. You hit the button that says help, and it dials the primary number of the hospital. So it said deposit 25 cents. It didn't matter. I only had $2 and they weren't working. So I had to back up out of there to the woman behind me. And I was like, it needs, I don't know, go ahead, I'll figure my life out. I told her to just go ahead. She's like, oh, how much is it? She's like, do you need quarters? And she hands me $2 in quarters. I was like, see, that's a nice person. And then I go up and I put the quarter in, and it only needed one. I guess the last person overpaid, and it let me out. So I stopped, pulled over, threw all our change back at her and said, thank you, you're an angel, and then went on my way. So there's little nice moments. There's little moments that, you know, the universe is still looking out for you. You know, you're not in this alone, you know, even if it feels like it's alone. There's still things in the world looking. I went to go do a presentation today, and there was this woman who I didn't think was listening. I went to go talk to a psychiatric rehab program about self-care, personal medicine, things like that. And she had said in the beginning, a lot of folks like to announce themselves before a thing starts, and it's meant to be polite, even if it's a bit too candid. And she was like, I just need you to know that I need to take some medicine for my stomach and my bowels, so I need to eat during this. I hope you don't mind. And I said, absolutely not. You go right ahead and you do that. So I talked, and we all talked and whatever, and I didn't think she was listening. I thought it was her lunch time. You know, she was one of the recipients of services there. So I go outside after this presentation I gave today, which I'm sure was awful, because I'm just sure things were awful. Objectively, it was probably okay. And I see the woman outside in her, like, wheelchair pushy thing that she sits down in every once in a while when she needs to have a cigarette. And she had said, you had done so well today, young man. She's like, you spoke well, you sounded well, you're going to help a lot of people. And I'm like, oh. In my head, I'm thinking, well, thank you. I didn't think you were listening, because I barely remember what I said. But apparently it mattered, and apparently it made a difference, and apparently I can, even if I'm not so tightly wrapped, or feel like I'm quite there. So that's kind of where I land at today with resolutions and self-care. My mental health is reaching at the moment. I'm safe. I'm cool. I'm in touch with people. It's not a secret. So no one's gonna go, oh my god, he was doing fine, and then, ha! It won't pan out like that. I've had enough of those before. They're a little... there's no big, like... it's not like a surprise party. Surprise, everyone! Ruined my life, and I've been hiding it. So, just gonna take it easy tonight and the next few nights and going forward. To be perfectly candid, some of the mental health issues I've had have interfered with doing some other stuff I like my hobbies, like doing the channel. So it's not just my things I have to do, the things I want to do, we're getting interrupted with it. So this is just part of the process I'm going through. I've been crying intermittently. Don't buy these crocodile tears. I'm just crying because I'm crying because I'm crying. Nothing's that terrible. My threshold for tears is lower today. Put it that way. Things that would normally not be so sad feel terrible. So that's kind of where I'm at. But, positive note. I got Marc here. Marc's home tonight. My parents are still alive. They're always around for a good crisis if something were to happen. Mom, it's not a crisis. Don't call. It's fine. If anything were to come up, my work is very, very understanding, and I'm more resilient than I probably think I am. So, I will be okay. You know, this too shall pass. It's passing like a kidney stone, but it will pass, I suppose. So, just hanging in. And, that's all she wrote. Marc?
Yep.
You're up.
Okay. So I guess it's my turn. Okay. So a little real talk, huh? Alright, you could tell I'm like just all nervous. I don't know. But I'm gonna set my timer here because there we go. Start. There we go. Because I don't want to talk too long, you know. I'm trying to keep this simple and short. Okay. So yeah, so I don't know why. I know, like, as a rule I kind of don't share like too much personal stuff, especially things that I struggle with. And I'm not really sure why that is. You know, I do know that I was brought up that you just don't talk about things that you struggle with, or anything bad. You just don't talk about it. And on the flip side of it, you also don't talk about things that you might be proud of or something. It's just the way that I was raised. I don't know. And of course now obviously that is not the right thing. Okay, like, you absolutely should share when you're struggling with something. You should absolutely share when you're proud of an accomplishment. Absolutely, these are healthy things. But I guess it's just hard to break out of that kind of conditioning, so to speak. I don't know. But so recap very quickly. Most of you already know that physically I have been struggling recently. I have rheumatoid arthritis and sarcoidosis, and both are inflammatory diseases that make your life hell. And they're both, it's an insidious disease, because you never know, much like Steve was talking about, you never know how you're going to wake up. And I've been fairly lucky, I am mobile. I can get around, I know people that have these diseases and are wheelchair bound, or worse. So, so there is that. And I always try to keep that into perspective, but there are days where I can't write or I can't grip something, and most recently, it's been my knee. I know you've heard me complain about it before. I have some issues going on with my knee. I'm due for a procedure. It's coming up. It's scheduled for May, but I'm on a waiting list in case there's cancellations or something, where they're going to do a procedure with it. They're going to remove some of the fluid, and then they're going to, I can't remember what it's called. It's like PCP or something. I don't remember. But apparently what they do is they take blood from you. They, quote, spin it out, whatever, and then they put it back in your knee, and it's supposed to help. For whatever reason, they don't want to give me another cortisone shot because my prednisone was raised, and this will tie into my resolutions in a minute. And they don't want to get me on a every 3-month schedule with that shot, even though I had one of the shots and it was like day and night. So that was a little bit of a bummer, to hear that, because it's constant pain every day. It does not go away. And there are some days where it's very difficult to get up and down the steps. And we live on the 2nd floor. So I will be very anxious to take care of this, and it's all in the works. I'm doing everything, but so that's what's going on with that, and then with the other things physically, the joint pain and the swelling. And, recently I've been having issues with my eyes again, like, that's always fun, right? But it feels like, I don't know, it's like clockwork. I get my shower, Steve and I settle down to watch our show, and then it feels as if my eyes are going to pop out of my head. It feels, the only way I explain it to Steven is that it feels like I have helium head, and it just feels like my brain is literally swelling, and it's so frustrating, and it's just about every single night, and we're not looking at it. Like, I had an MRI done like a while ago, but then they switched to take care of other things, and now we're focusing on the knee, and now this is coming up, and it's frustrating. It really is. So, but and then with sarcoidosis, of course, that also ties into your eyes, and I have uveitis, so it's all tied together, really, So so that's what's kind of going on physically with me. So what happens, in this situation with me is that I'm struggling physically, and that really turns into struggling mentally and emotionally as well. I'm usually pretty good at that. Like, I'm pretty good at keeping that, under, like, taking care of it. I'm usually can handle it pretty well, and can see it for what it really is. But when I get overwhelmed, or when these physical problems last for a period of time, I can't see so straight. I can't. My filters aren't on really well, and I can allow my emotions to take over, and my mental health suffers. And it's kind of a little bit where I'm at now, and that could be a day-to-day thing too as well. you know, and I've historically always, like my entire life, I've struggled with self-confidence and self-esteem and self-worth. And in times like this, they can rear their ugly heads again, just without even realizing it, you know. And like for example, one of the well, two of the three actually of the medications I'm on, you know, they have the side effect of causing you trouble with your teeth and your bones. You know, your bones get brittle, as do your teeth. And I've already broken 2 ribs a few months back just from a slip and fall. You know, and my teeth are starting to crumble, and I need to get work done on them. You know, so it really affects my self-esteem and my self-confidence for sure. And somehow that all spills over into my self-worth. You know, like I'm kind of less than, you know. I don't know. It's a bizarre thing, and it is something I struggled with my entire life. But I and that coupled with the fact that I am extremely petrified of going to the dentist. Again, something I've dealt with my whole life. It's a phobia, I know, and it's like, even now, just talking about the dentist, the anxiety starts to, you know, kind of go up a little bit there, you know. And I know that I'm an adult, and I know I will get through it. I know this, but it doesn't make it easier, right? And then when you're not doing so well, it's like, it's overwhelming to even think about making an appointment. I did have an appointment a month ago, and I didn't go. Okay, so that's out of the bag. I was kind of embarrassed about that, but I didn't go. And this is a track record for me, especially when it comes to the dentist. The doctor and everything, no problem. I make my appointments, right? Except my last appointment just this past Monday. I had an appointment at 6:40 in the evening, and I knew about it. I got reminders. I was actually looking forward to it, you know. And it was a Zoom too. It wasn't even, I didn't have to go anywhere. And I got home and I started, I think I was editing Mondays with Marc. I was. And I didn't even think of it. It did 11:30 at night. We both looked at each other, and I'm like, I missed my appointment. No call, no show. Didn't even think about it. Yet another kind of symptom of what's going on. You know, I'm having trouble with my memory too. So, you know, it all kind of just sucks, right? But you know what? We are we're handling things, you know, and we always have like these things in place. Like we have contingency plans in place prior, way ahead of time, in case things like this come up. That would be Steven and I. And we are each other's biggest support. But when we're both not doing well, we kind of seek support outside the relationship as well. And that's what we're doing now. You know, I have someone that I talk to outside of this. And of course, all my regular appointments with the doctors and everything. I just got to work on that dentist, right? So I'm just going to have to put my tail between my legs and call them and say, I'm sorry, I need to come back. So, you know, I'll definitely do that. And, you know, so, but Steven and I still talk. Now we talk a lot more, like every day we talk just to check in, make sure each other's okay. What can I do for you? Because, you know, it's extremely difficult to watch somebody who you care about be uncomfortable and suffering, and there's nothing that you can do about it. And that in itself can weigh on you in addition to everything that's going on. And then it kind of snowballs, you know. With the situation with Steven, it's a helpless feeling. You know, there's nothing I can do except support him. Yeah, I can't, there's nothing else that I can do. And so that's what I do, you know. And then make it known, is there anything that I can do for you? You let me know and I will do it. You know, that's the best that we can do for each other right now, you know. And that's what we do for each other, you know. So it's working. But you know, I always like to end on a positive note. So like I said before, I know it's cliche to say it could be worse, but it absolutely could be worse. And I need to keep that in mind and keep everything into perspective. You know, life, you know, is like a roller coaster. There's ups and there's downs. And everybody experiences it. I am nobody special. There are millions of people that are struggling with different things out there. Now, does that make my situation any easier? No, of course not, you know. But, you know, it absolutely could be worse. And there is hope. Hope is a big one, right? And, you know, I am trying to keep gratitude front and center here too, you know, and I just have to list the things that I'm grateful for every day, and it helps. Look at that. How about that? That was my 10-minute mark. Okay, turn that out. All right, I'll wrap it up here. So yeah, you know what? And most importantly, to stay positive. I feel that I can pretty much take on anything, deal with anything, as long as I have a positive attitude. You know, positivity in my heart and in my mind, positive actions, positive reactions. If I can keep that together, I can kind of handle, you know, what's going on, you know. And so, you know, that's what I've just been practicing every day. And you know, we'll get through this, you know. It's gonna get better. It is. This is temporary. It is not endless. So, well, thank you so much for listening. Just wanted to kind of catch up on, you know, where I'm at, you know, what's going on. And so let me go get Steven, and we'll wrap it up for the evening, okay? Oh, Steven! Well, that's over with. No. Thank you all,
Was it
everybody,
terrible?
for listening. No, it wasn't. It wasn't awful. But I didn't tie it together.
You didn't get your resolution
With the
out.
resolutions. And I mean, basically, basically my resolutions are pretty much on hold. The prednisone, it was raised, and I mean, I don't know what the secret is. Maybe not eating anything. I don't know. To lose weight while you're on prednisone, I
don't know.
I don't know. So I haven't gained, but I haven't lost. I'm kind of like with you on that one.
Yeah,
you know?
just hovering.
Yeah, but the other resolution of cooking more and eating more actually prepared foods instead of frozen foods.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, ding, ding. So I have been cooking more. I've kept my I've kept that goal up.
Yeah.
Cooking at least 3 times a week.
You have. We've eaten well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been sharing some of it too, which is actually a double win there.
Yes.
Another positive thing to think about.
Coco Vaughn.
Coco Vaughn, that was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
We have some more coming up.
Yes,
too,
you can use white meat in case anyone had a question.
Oh, yes,
watching.
I know. I should have said that in the video. I'm like, why didn't I say? I said a whole fryer, which you can use, but you can definitely use boneless chicken or even white meat too. You can.
Adjust your cooking time so it won't be leather.
Right. But so that, you know, so that was it. But yeah, no, it's not bad. But I think that you can relate to you just don't share things that you're struggling with.
No, you don't.
You don't.
You get a prize at the end if you've been the most miserable and said nothing.
And silent. And same with you don't share things you're proud of either.
Your very own cross to get on. Here's
you know,
that's what the winner gets.
Right, yeah. Maybe it has something to do with like being raised Catholic.
Probably.
Maybe. I don't know. But it just isn't. It's hard to kind of break that.
Well, it's also, you know, don't tell the neighbors. Don't
Yeah,
let the neighbors hear.
don't.
I wasn't brought up in that generation, but I come from a generation that was.
Yeah.
So they grew up like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as an adult, I can live my life differently, but that's kind of how it started with roll your voice.
Mm.
You know.
But I do think that, I don't know, if there's anything that we, you know, have to say as far as advice with, you know, anything that anybody is struggling with, it is express it, share it, get it out, get the secret out,
Find
get
somebody,
it out,
tell
expose
somebody.
It. Yeah, I mean, we're good for that for each other.
Yeah. But if I wasn't
Every
around, you have other people too.
Yes.
And
so
if
do
you weren't around, I have other people too.
Yes.
And I have every crisis line on speed dial because life is tough.
Life can be tough. It can be, yes.
I have hotlines, I have warm lines, you know, just knowing they're there means I won't usually need to use them.
Yep. And we do. We have contingency plans. We have proactive things that we have set up, you know, and so I think we're pretty responsible in that way. I do, you know.
I'd say so.
And like I said, I try to end on a positive note. It's, you know, everything, we're not dying. It's not, you know, like the world's not going to stop tomorrow. Like,
no. It sucks. It just
sucks.
sucks right now.
It
you know,
sucks.
it'll be
Yeah.
better. It's just not better yet.
I mean,
We're
really,
in the process of getting to better.
we are.
A different
We are.
kind of better.
Yes, we are. And you know, it is coming off of psychotropic drugs is no joke. It is no joke at all.
No, I'm not having a fun
No. It's long. It's, you know, the symptoms are so varied and so, like, it's very difficult. I deal with people who struggle with addiction, and when they are changing their medications or even in detox, you know, it's different. You know, it's different. I mean, it's not pretty at all. In fact, it's pretty terrible. But they're very different animals.
And they're also analyzed and scripted, and you can predict with people what might come next.
Yes.
This is a little less predictable.
It is less predictable, and like in the world of addiction, there's medications that you can give that can counteract certain symptoms and things like that. With these drugs that there's not, you know.
No. So we continue, we persevere, because
and
what the hell else can you do?
A kitty.
And we have support animals
We have
too.
support kitties. Yes, we do.
Hey, pumpkin.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for
Yes.
watching as well. I'm gonna go out and get a fountain soda or some Tylenol. I don't know, one or the other.
Or both.
Maybe both.
Go for it. Have both.
Tylenol with a Diet Coke chaser. There we go. Thank y'all for watching. Please do subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get alerts when we have new videos and go live. Facebook, Instagram, email, contact info, all that stuff's listed below as well. Thank you again, and we will catch up with you very soon.
Yes, we will. And Bandit says, stay positive, everybody. All right, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Ciao.
You say goodbye.